Hi friends, welcome to my channel Learn with Ease. In this video, we are going to discuss some important current affairs topics related to history, art and culture. This will be helpful for UPSC 2020 prelims and other government exams as well. In this series, we are going to learn and discuss the topics which had been in news since June 2019 to June 2020. So guys, this is my first ever video, and if you will have found any mistake and if I did any mistake while making this video or while explaining anything, so please forgive me. Okay, so this is the part 1 of video. So let's begin. So the first topic that was is news is Chaukhandi Stupa. What is Chaukhandi Stupa? It is an ancient Buddhist site in UP's Sarnath. Okay, so where it is located? It is located in UP's Sarnath. It is known as Chaukhandi Stupa and it has been declared to be of national importance by the Archaeological Survey of India. So you have to learn something more about Archaeological Survey of India. Okay, because UPSC can ask something about Archaeological Survey of India, some questions related to Archaeological Survey of India. And Chaukhandi Stupa was built to mark the place where Buddha met his first disciple, okay, who had previously deserted him at Rajgir as he travelled from Bodh Gaya to Sarnath. And why this stupa has been called Chaukhandi? The stupa got its name Chaukhandi because of its four-armed plan. So it is an ancient Buddhist site which evolved from burial mounds and served as a shrine for a relic of Buddha. Okay, so move to our next topic, that is Ajivika School of Philosophy. Ajivika School of Philosophy is related to Buddha period around the 6th century BC. At the time of Buddha, there was an explosion all across India of different school of thought and philosophy. So one of the most popular was Ajivika sect. Okay, there were much more many sect too, not only Ajivika sect. So we have to learn only Ajivika sect now because it was in news. So though it had been around for ages, it is most important leader Makhali Goshala was a contemporary of both Buddha and Mahavira. Mahavira was related to Jain Dharma. Okay, so Makhali Goshala, you have to learn something about Makhali Goshala. Okay, I will share some important topics related to Makhali Goshala and the Archaeological Survey of India at the last. Okay. So the Ajivika central belief was that absolutely everything is predetermined by fate or niyati, and hence human action has no consequence one way or the other. According to them, each soul's course was like a ball of thread that is unraveling. It will go as it has go, and similarly each cycle of life and death will have to be experienced, as will joy and sorrow. So one person has to experience joy and sorrow both, life and death both, according to this sect. And once the ball of thread is fully unwound, its journey will end, and so the soul will be liberated through nirvana. Okay, so the soul will get salvation after the ball of thread is fully unwound, after the journey will be completed. Okay, so the next topic, move to our next topic, is Sadikpur Sinoli. It is an Harappan site. Sadikpur Sinoli is an ancient site with chariots, swords and other objects pointing to the presence of a warrior class around 4000 years ago. Listen guys, we have to remember the year and the site and the things that had been found from these places. Archaeological Survey of India, see again Archaeological Survey of India has come, so we have to get the knowledge of ASI as well. So it declares monument sites as protected and of national importance under the Ancient Monument and Archaeological Sites and Remains Act 1958. So now we have one more topic, Act. We have to get us some little knowledge about this because UPSC can ask some question. And Sinoli is an archaeological site located in Barak Tehsil, Bagpat district, western Uttar Pradesh, India. So Chaukhandi Stupa, remember, It is also situated in Sarnath, Uttar Pradesh, and Sadiq Krishnoli is also situated in Uttar Pradesh, but the district is different. It is Bagpat district, and this site is famous for its Bronze Age chariots, the first one to be recovered in the archaeological excavation in South Asia. So that's why it is very, very important for us. As per ASI and later studies, the remains found in 2005 to 6, the Sanoli cemetery, belong to late Harappan phase. It is, see guys, Harappan period, Indus Valley civilization is still a mystery for us. Okay, so whatever site, whatever remains we got from related to Harappan period, Indus Valley civilization period, it is very, very important for us. So move to our next topic. It is Zonal Cultural Centers, ZCCs. So what is ZCC? ZCC is to protect, promote and preserve various forms of folk art and culture throughout the country, including Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Odisha. So remember the state: Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Odisha. The Government of India has set up 7 zonal cultural centers. The establishment of Zonal Cultural Center was announced by the PM for the northern region during his visit to Husainiwala, Punjab on 23rd March 1985. The concept was enlarged with the setting up of 7 Zonal Culture Center in the 7th 5-year plan. The ZCC have been set up with the prime objective of creating development of Indian culture in the different region and for building up a sense of cultural cohesiveness in the country. So this is the main important topic we have to learn about ZCC. What is the aim of ZCC? When it had been established, by whom, and in which states? Okay. So move to our next topics. Our next topic is very, very important. It is about Maharaja Ranjit Singh. We are well known. He is a well-known personality and we know him very, very well, and this is why it was in news. It was in news because recently a statue of Ranjit Singh, who ruled Punjab for almost 4 decades, 1801 to 39, was inaugurated in Lahore. June 27 is his death anniversary, and his legacy endures for Punjabis around the world. So next, whatever in slide is that what is the early life of Maharaja Ranjit Singh. He was born on November 13, and you have to read and learn this thing as well. And what is the most important thing is that at the time of his death, he was the only sovereign leader left in India, all others having come under the control of the East India Company in some way or the other. This is very, very important thing, that he was the only sovereign leader left in India. Okay. He was given the title Lion of Punjab because he stemmed the tide of Afghan invaders in Lahore. So the question can become like this: who was given the title of Lion of Punjab, Sher-e Punjab? So Maharaja Ranjit Singh is answer. And the most important thing about Maharaja Ranjit Singh is that Maharaja Ranjit Singh combined the strong point of the traditional Khalsa army with the western advances in warfare to raise Asia's most powerful indigenous army of that time. And one more important thing that I forgot to explain, that Ranjit Singh overthrew the warring missiles and established a unified Sikh empire after he conquered Lahore in 1799. This was the most important line and most important point. His army was a match for the one raised by the East India Company. He appointed French General Jean Francois allowed to modernize his army. He also employed a large number of European officers, especially French, to train his troops. During the Battle of Chilainwala, the second of the Anglo-Sikh wars that followed Ranjit Singh's death, the British suffered the maximum casualty of officers in their entire history of India. The Maharaja was known for his just and secular rule. Both Hindus and Muslims were given powerful position in his darbar. So he was not communist. he was secularist king. The Sikhs take pride in him for he turned Hari Mandir Sahib at Amritsar into the golden temple by covering it with gold. So okay, that's it guys. That's it for